Okay with that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Brim After Dark. With obviously, my name is Ed of the Data Chronicles, and my co-host, my wonderful friend.
Anna of the Baseball Bucket List podcast.
And if you guys have noticed, yes, it is just the two of us tonight. Why? Because Paul decided to abandon us, as usual. How dare he leave like this? I just cannot believe it. So,
Something about work and whatnot and,
whatever, dude.
responsibilities and life and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Nobody cares about that.
Yeah. Right.
So it's been a month since we've been back online on the airs, on radio and TV and all that fun stuff. How have you been?
Good. I'm super excited with all the hot start the Rays are off to. I mean, like you literally could not ask for a better start. So
Dude, for real.
pretty pumped about that. So we'll
Your
see.
team is super hot.
Yes. Yeah.
Rosarena is amazing. And then of course is Paul switching to once a year? Maybe every other year. We don't know yet. We have to go and look at his contract of what he wants to do at this point.
Right. Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's Paul. What do you got? What do you expect, guys? Come on now. Um, totally kidding. He'll be back next month. He's just has responsibilities as usual.
That's right.
All right. So, but let's start there, right? What's up, Zach? And I'm watching Pirates versus Royals right now. Look at him. Okay.
Pirates Rays.
Sorry, I apologize. Anna, you'll like tomorrow's Up to Jet guest. He's a huge Rays fan, and we discussed them quite a bit on the show. I mean, at this point, like everybody wants to hate on the Rays, which is awesome. I love it. Right? I was like, oh, what are they doing? Their thing. You know who else also surprised me?
The
The
Pirates?
Pirates.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of there are a lot of teams that came out of nowhere this year that are, super fun and exciting to watch. Like, there's a decent team in Arlington this year. They've been a joy to watch, to go to games at the ballpark and actually,
At
like
the Home Depot Center?
yeah, exactly. Uh, I believe it's the Tractor Supply Co.
Tractor
Yeah.
Supply. Okay, all right. My bad. I apologize. Or Ace Hardware Store.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, lots of good surprises this year. It's been a blast so far.
You know what's also a good surprise for me, but not a surprise for a lot of like, a bad surprise for other people? The Yankees being at the bottom of the division right now. It's probably not going to end that way, right? Because the Orioles are going to be the Orioles and they'll, trickle down. But the fact that they're at the bottom of the division right now is so satisfying to me.
I know, it's a month into the season too, like, this is not a, wait till they play somebody else or, type of scenario. So, obviously, some injuries. I think I saw a stat that said their injured list salary is higher than, like, a third of Major League Baseball teams, including my Tampa Bay Rays.
And my Guardians.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I know. And
yeah,
the
so
Pirates, I believe.
that's right. So, they've been hurting on the injured list, obviously. So, the full strength Yankees will be a different story. But right now, I say, widen that gap as much as
As
you
much as
can.
possible, yeah,
That's
like,
right.
Boston, keep it going, don't stop because if they get you up, they're not gonna relinquish that.
Yeah.
Tampa, I don't think Tampa's going anywhere, I'll be honest with you, right? And, of course, John says, "The Texas Stadium is, beautiful inside." I'm sure it is. On the outside, though, it looks like a hangar.
John, when you were there, was the roof open or closed? I want to say it was open based on your the reels I saw, but I'm having trouble remembering because it's a different ballpark when it's open versus when it's closed, which I know is usually the case, but it is like leaps and bounds different at in Arlington here.
Mhm. Let me ask you because, you know, is it a different experience open versus closed in that ballpark?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think, I was there Saturday night. There was no chance of rain, but there were extremely high winds, and so they closed it because I guess they were afraid of, you know, the ball not traveling as well as it should have, but, um, yeah, so, yeah, it's definitely different.
Sorry, man. Sorry, not sorry. Listen, I had tater tots for dinner, I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
So if I'm gonna let me stop you there. I want to address this real quick. So this morning I put out a TikTok on whether or not a tater tot is a fry, right? It,
Mhm.
right, and then even at work, we were having this conversation at work, and I got killed for it. By the way, I think I was standing on this mountain by myself, saying that a tater tot is a fry. Okay, it's fried. It's a potato and it's fried. So and that was the definition. I wasn't asking for like oh well, it is a string potato and it's shaped like. Listen, it was a fry. It's fried.
But then is
So
a chip a fry? 'Cause aren't chips fried? They're
hey,
fried potatoes.
yep. All right, call it what you want. I said whatever. Listen, it is what it is, guys. So, and I'm sorry, Phil, but sorry, not sorry, right? I think also my niece sent me a message and saying that she was on her way to Wendy's to get some fries as well. So, anyway,
Nice.
I digress. Getting back to baseball. I'm sorry, Zach, but your Angels will lose Otani.
Yeah. I think Trout's gonna go. It's gonna be
You
a
think so?
double salary unload. I think so. That's my gut instinct is I think they're gonna just turn him as well. Now, do they go to the same place? That would be crazy. But
No, there's no way. Oh, well, it could be like a Soto last year. Soto and what's his name? He's with the Guardians now. Josh Bell.
Mhm.
They unloaded both those with the Padres, but who would take them? Like
What
he
if you've
the
gotta
his
take one to get the other,
yeah,
you know?
Mike Trout's contract is no joke. That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Yeah.
Who would take him? I don't know. The Yankees, the Dodgers, Seattle.
It's gonna depend on who's where, you know? If the Yankees are still in the basement, I don't know that they're taking anybody. But,
The
so
Yankees are gonna have to give up people in order to get this trade going. It's
yeah,
just you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly, exactly. I saw Mike earlier asked about the City Connects up in, the
For
Texas City
Texas, yep.
Connects, which was a point on the docket tonight to
Yes.
discuss. Texas and Seattle both dropped their City Connects, and so, um, general feelings on those 2.
I'm gonna start with what I liked, and I like Seattle's City Connect. It's an
Mhm.
homage to the Seattle Pilots, right? When they were there, that hat is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah,
Love it, right? It is simple, not too busy. Where, in my opinion, the Texas Rangers got way too busy. There's just too much going on with that. That was the issue. They try to put too much, and it just made it a hot mess, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah, yeah. I agree. So I think this is the problem with all of these City Connects for me is that, like, these staged press release photographs of them look totally different than they do on the field, you know what I mean?
Mhm,
So, like, having seen the Texas City Connects in person, either on fans at the ballpark or,
mhm,
just hanging on the hanger in the gift shop there, they look way better in person, right? Now,
mhm.
so I like the shirts are growing on me, like, the tops are growing on me a lot. I love the cream colored, I think I
Yeah.
despise the, about all the City Connects, I despise these, like, Nike Color Rush Thursday Night NFL uniform little, like,
What
segue that they're
who
trying to
was it
create.
that it was like an all, it was one game, it was ketchup versus mustard game. The Kansas City, Chiefs were all yellow, I think it was them,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and then the Buffalo Bills were I think were all red, and it was just, god
Yeah.
awful, those yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm looking at the City Connects right now.
yeah. the pants, and then, like, even LA came out and they were like, "We made a mistake, like, we're not gonna wear these, like, all royal blue." So they went with their, um their royal tops, and then they changed their City Connect bottoms to be the white pants, which makes it look, like, infinitely better.
I man, I am sorry, but I am so hooked on these Seattle ones. I'm
So
such a big fan of these.
but here's my thing with that too is, like, like, the Rays have the Devil Rays jerseys, right?
And
Those
which are
are, like,
beautiful.
they're like a throwback, but they're
Yeah.
not a, like, true to the period throwback, right? They wear them with a hybrid hat, and, they're not wearing, like, this old school Devil
Yeah.
Rays logo. So, like, I don't understand using the City Connects and then, like, trying to make those essentially a throwback uniform when you have that freedom at any point in time to, like,
Mhm.
to create, like, interject and put a throwback in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mike says, I like the Rangers CC unis, even though it seems like most people don't. Mary's is a good too, though. Seattle's is just enough different from their throwback to be good. Atlanta's is like no different. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I like the black uniform pants and Texas wore with them, though. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
okay. I can dig
I
it.
can't tell if the Texas pants are, like, are they black? Are they dark navy? Like, why are we
Yeah.
wearing a navy hat with black pants? Like, that's not making sense to me.
Thank you. Bucks Rams.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It
Ketchup
was
and mustard.
horrible. Dodgers have made slight changes to the City Connect unis each year so far. Yeah, they never settle. It's like their fan base was like, "Get this thing out of here."
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
I cannot wait to see what the Yankees do for City Connect. Because you know the Yankees, whatever they're gonna come out with, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we hate it."
Yeah, that's what's so it's so polarizing, right? Like,
Yeah.
there are people who love even the ones that I look at and I'm like, "That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life," and then,
Mhm.
like, people are spending $400 on a authentic jersey and wearing them and just they're seen everywhere.
Bro, Phil, you're making me hungry, dude. You better chill out. I made some pinchos this weekend and they came out money. So, and John is ready to eat too. Look at him. Zach is telling you that when you go to Criollos de Caguas, which is down in Puerto Rico, obviously, you will. He is not wrong. You will be well fed, my friend. You should go. Okay, so Scott McIntyre's idea for the Yanks pinstripes, but horizontal. No, I don't know that because then that's just a lot of horizontal lines. That's just way too much on the Yankees.
I feel like they're gonna be, like, dead last because it's just too
Oh, they
much
most certainly
pressure.
will.
Yeah, yeah, too much pressure.
You know, the Nike team is working on that for like ever. Like, nope, nope, this doesn't work. Go back.
Yeah,
Nope, this
yeah,
doesn't work. Go back.
yeah. Right, exactly. I take that back because I think,
You're
that
right,
next
John. They're like, here's
team
a city connection. They have last names.
yeah, right? Um, the team that's gonna be the last to get him, I think we know this, is gonna be the Athletics.
Athletics are going to postpone until 2027.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
you know what? That is a very good segue for you. I like that a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you. I put some thought into that
You did.
one.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right. So let's talk about that, right? Let's talk
Mhm.
about the Oakland A's, my brother's favorite team. I have some thoughts on this, right? But I want to hear what you're thinking about this whole situation regarding the Oakland A's, or should we say the Vegas A's now?
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. It's sad. It's obviously like 0 draw even on opening day, not anywhere remotely close to selling out the ballpark, which is incredibly
Mhm.
difficult to do just based on the sheer size of it, but,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like the ownership ever put the right amount of effort into making it a better place or really trying to work a deal to keep the team in the area. So, I
Ownership
feel
didn't
bad.
care.
No, right, they wanna move, right? Because they wanna buy a plot of land somewhere in the suburbs where they can build apartment complexes and retail
Mhm.
shops that's owned by the ball team's ownership entity,
Yep.
and then profit on the real estate aspect of it,
Mhm.
which is exactly what these teams who have the newer parks are doing. So it sucks in
Yep.
terms of, like, how they treated their fans, like, that's the worst part about it, but I don't know, we'll see.
So I'm with you on the ownership. The ownership never wanted to be there. Let's be honest, right? Like
Yeah.
they used the city of Oakland to raise a lot of money. Like they wanted the city of Oakland to raise 327 million. They raised 350, right? And then they use that as a bargaining chip with Vegas to get the stadium going, right? Which is, in my opinion, fucked up, right? That's messed up. Let's don't do that, right? But they don't care,
Right.
right? Then you strip the team, you raise ticket prices. That just right there tells you that you don't care. You don't want to be there. You want to get out of Oakland, right? And listen, don't get me wrong. Oakland fans also have their share of blame on this one, but not like the ownership, right? And I think Manfred was also in it. They know that, it's like, yeah, no, go ahead, dude. That's a market that we want right now. California has plenty of teams. We're good. We can survive with these two, with the other teams here. We're good. We're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's disappointing, right?
Yeah. I really don't know what to say about it because I think of the folks I know who are big time fans of the A's and,
Mhm.
like, they've invested a substantial amount of their money and their time and their resources in supporting that team that
My
never
brother.
really loved them back. Right, exactly. And it's disappointing because obviously the Rays have like a little bit of that. Um,
Mm.
Obviously some attendance woes, some stadium woes, some
Yep.
potential fixes that I don't know are necessarily going to solve the problems that are at the real issue.
They
So
need to get out of St. Pete.
I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel bad for A's fans, and I don't know, like
Yeah. I mean, and listen, and here's what I see too, which is crazy. Um, that I know this is gonna sound bad, but they have to change the name.
you think they will?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, oh, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
they would be the first team to move and retain the name in how long, right?
Yeah, I mean, since
Yeah.
Philly, Kansas City,
Yeah,
Oakland, right?
right.
I mean, there's a lot of history there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, I'm not saying this to make fun. I'm not saying this lightly. I honestly think that they are going to start a whole new, like, they're going to be like, no, we're changing everything. If we're moving to Vegas, we're changing everything. The Oakland Raiders was a different situation. I think the Vegas Raiders fits better there than everything else.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be like the Expos, right? I mean,
Hmm.
they weren't gonna be the Washington Expos, so
No.
we'll see if they get a name change.
Let me ask you this then, also, because this is something that I've been thinking about. Like, they also mentioned, the owner was like, well, we might have to play some games in Vegas.
Mhm.
Oh, I think this is their last year there.
In Oakland?
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think they're going to be like that team. They're just going to be, going from stadium to stadium for a year, and then, probably play with the Aviators, which they still should have kept the 51s, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
like, I think that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, there's been rumblings about them playing in the AAA ballpark, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You're right. The Las Vegas 51s of MLB. Well, I mean, that's a AAA team. I feel bad. I feel bad for my brother for a
Yeah.
little bit though, because, like, I mean, I'm a Cleveland fan, so, but like, I make fun of him all the time. Like, what's up? What's going on with your AAA team? You know, and he goes like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
So
Do they stay in the same division? Like, I mean, does is this a catalyst to shake up the divisions and kind of start realignment for expansion, right? Or do they stay in Oakland for another year and then that begins the process?
I think the process begins when the new two expansion teams happen.
Mhm.
That's when the realignment will happen. I think they'll stay in their division in the West until the realignment happens.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Ok
makes sense because realistically, they gotta build ballparks still once
right,
they get announced and
right,
everything.
right.
Yeah.
Alright, Mike, okay, you say that they're gonna keep the name Athletics. Do they keep the colors?
Hmm.
I just don't see Las Vegas Athletics. I don't. From a
The Vegas
merchandise
stays.
from marketing, from merchandising, from identity side, I don't see athletics being synonymous with Vegas. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah. Mike says just keep the branding, right? Like, literally just pick up the team, move them to, uh, up to Vegas and just change the Oakland. Just do a little strike through and put Las Vegas Athletics.
I'm not saying that listen, guys, I'm not saying that green and gold and white. Well, actually, they're more like green and white now than anything else with the athletics. Like, I'm not saying that as a good thing. I'm not, like I don't I just from a marketing point, right? It was like we're gonna start fresh, new in this new city, Vegas. We're embracing Vegas. Here's the new team name, color, and all that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mike, the Cleveland Indians were the Indians for over 100 years too, and I think they're known as the Guardians now.
That's a different story.
No, well, how? But yeah, granted, yes, it is a different story because
Yeah.
of the right. But
Mhm.
at the same time, like you can't just say because they've been there for 100 years. You know, I just think that okay, 100 years, great, awesome, good for you. This is the fourth city, fourth.
Yeah. But here's my thing is, like, I feel like the NFL team kept its name because that's not really that uncommon for NFL, right? Like, I mean, it is, but it isn't that these teams move, right? The Houston
Oilers,
Oilers, thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
can't get the baseball out of my head. Up to Tennessee and then finally becoming the Titans and, or was
Mhm.
it the other way around?
No, they became the Tennessee Titans when they moved to Tennessee.
Okay. There wasn't a Tennessee Oilers ever? I could
I
have
don't.
sworn there was. Maybe they moved. I don't know. Mike might know this.
Yeah, Mike, let me
Mike
know,
probably knows
or
the
Zach.
history.
But yeah, they changed their name to the Tennessee Titans when they were there. They weren't the Houston Titans or anything like that.
Yeah, but you do see a lot of teams move within the NFL. It seems like it's more common for those teams to move cities and keep their names.
I'm with you, Eric. I'm 100% there. They're going to sell
That's
the
what I
hell out. They're going to play SDAs. I'm telling you, they're
yeah.
not going to, they were not going to get rid of all of that history. They're going to take the history with them, but they're not going to be. They're going to play like, oh, Sundays we're going to play as the A's.
I think what they will do is they will change the name, but it will still start with an A, and they will still be known as the A's, but they won't be the Athletics, if that makes sense.
They can't be the Aces because the WNBA owns that.
Mhm. Yeah. I don't know what else. Annie's. I don't know, like
The Vegas dealers. All right, throw out some names out there, guys. Let me see. I want to hear what you guys would think. Let's say that they are going to go and they are going to change. What would you name the new Oakland team
there's
slash
gotta be,
Vegas?
like there's gotta be, like, casino or gambling related terminology that starts with A. So they changed the name outright, but they're still known as the A's. I could definitely see them doing something like that.
You think so?
Yeah.
The Vegas Mafia, because the Mafia was what one that created Vegas. So let's be
Right,
honest.
yeah,
Las
right.
Vegas 51, Zach. That's good. I like that. The Vegas 51s.
Yep.
Uh, the AAA team are like, we own you, so we're gonna go ahead and take that name, and then we're gonna go ahead and use it for us.
But why can't they can't have I guess because they're in the same city, right? So, like, it's not the same as, like, the Detroit Tigers versus the whatever, like, where you have different teams in different sports that share the same name.
Yeah, no,
You
that's
wouldn't have
different.
2 names in the same city that
Yeah, but Detroit are the Lions,
yeah, right. But there's
Tigers.
Tigers, like yeah, maybe that's a bad example now that I
I
think
like
of it.
this one. I
The
like this one.
Giants, that's what I was thinking of. The New York Giants, the San Francisco Giants,
Yeah.
right? That's a non-issue, but they're in different cities, obviously.
The Raiders logo sells merchandise. It will always sell merchandise. That's all. It will never not sell. The Vegas dies. I like John's. The Vegas Blackjacks.
Yeah, yeah, I like that too.
hmm I like that a lot. And they should do what Pittsburgh does, right? Embrace some of the colors, like you got the Raiders black, the Golden Knights. They also have black, right? The Vegas Aces have some form of black, so go with the black color and go with it. The Jokers, the Las Vegas Gamblers. You're gonna have to have a little issue with the gamblers of the USFL. Not not the Vegas craps. I like
Oh,
that a lot.
what an opportunity for April 1st, 2024.
Right. We are now going to be known as the
Right.
Vegas Craps.
We're proud to unveil our new identity.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm obviously Oakland's moving. We already know that. That's a given. Where that's not gonna change. What about Tampa? Because
Mhm.
I want to know what your thoughts are. Like you're a Tampa fan. You're connected with a lot of those fans there. Um, what are your thoughts on, like, do you think that they move out of St. Pete into Tampa itself, or do you think that eventually they'll move? Think of with your brain, not your heart. I know you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if they're smart, they move north up to Tampa, where all of the other major league teams have been successful. Look at the Lightning, they have 80, or I guess it would be 40 games a year, 40 home games. They always do incredibly well. So,
Mhm.
um, I'm that's always been my opinion. I think you've kind of waterlocked yourself with the current situation, and um, it's a double-edged sword because
Okay.
it's 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 the area in the country with the, "No, Mike, never this." It's the metroplex in the country that has, the smallest amount of population within a 30-minute drive to the ballpark, right? So, like, you can't compare the attendance in Tampa based on the attendance in Arlington because the
Not the
population
same.
within a driving distance is, like, 4x.
Yeah.
So, um it looks bad. It was a bad decision from the get-go, and then, of course, as the area continued to grow, it gets more and more difficult to get there, so, they gotta go north.
I've never
S
exactly. It's like I've never been to Tampa area. City of Tampa themselves seem to reject every stadium proposal. Why is that?
I think it's because they don't want it to be taxpayer funded, and Stu, the owner of the team, doesn't wanna raise money, um, which I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing either, like, I am against cities having to raise
Yeah. No, you don't want
taxes
to hold them
to raise
hostage.
funds. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that the taxpayer-funded ballpark is the greatest con in history.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think that's, like, the biggest issue is that ownership in Tampa is perhaps trying to call the bluff of the immediate area and say, like, "Look, we presented you with these options to build a new ballpark. You
hmm
couldn't get the deal done, but the terms of the deal are not, super stellar." So
I, I'm hopeful that they'll get something done,
yeah,
even if it's like a 50-50 thing. Like, all right, we'll raise 50%. You put the 50%. We'll call
yeah,
it even. Even if that, I think they'll get it figured out. I think Tampa's not going anywhere.
yeah,
I think that's the one um factor that's holding Major League Baseball from saying, all right, let's move into the expansion area right now. It's like, okay, which two cities are going to be known as the new two host cities for our major league teams?
yeah. I mean, I think that's obvious, and it's a good point because Vegas was always at the top of the expansion list.
hmm
Some of these other ones are potentially eyes on, the Tampa Bay organization to make a assessment as to whether or not they're gonna get the team moved there or they're gonna build onto the team. So,
I really hope they stay. I really do.
I do too. I think that's what the community wants, and we'll see. But anyone, so a bunch of people have said they're going up to the Bay Area, the Tampa Bay area this year to see games, and what I would say is go with an open mind. Like, don't be swayed by all this nonsensical, you know, trash talk about the place, because a lot of people who give you their opinions on it have either never been there or they haven't been there in several years. And I think I've mentioned before that
Mhm.
the organization has put several $1,000,000 into some renovations, and it's a completely different ballpark than it was when my family had our season tickets, and it's better. It definitely is better.
Okay. I I wanna go to Tampa. I don't know if I'm gonna make it this year. It's just,
Yeah,
not feasible this year, but I'm
let
gonna
me know.
try.
We'll do it.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
yeah, I'll fly out there. Always
I
looking for an excuse.
Heck yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
So, alright, so we got a couple more things that we wanted to talk about when we were, trying to come up with the show notes and everything today. But there's one that, you brought up, and we're gonna dive into a little bit into Division One college baseball. Um, and I know you wanted to talk about this because you might have a little bit of a bias here.
I do, just a
Just
teensy
to
one.
ju
Yeah.
just to Alright, so I'm gonna let you take the floor on this one.
Well, I was just, thrilled to see the, Campbell University Fighting Camels crack the top 10 list, depending on which list you look at, in terms of, the top ranked D1 baseball teams, and they've got a halfway decent chance of actually making the College World Series this year, which is super exciting. Again, like, to talk about odds and
Mhm.
perceptions and things like that, this is a tiny little school. When I was there were
Wait a second. It was like,
what's
"Oh, they
that?
just cracked the top 25." They're 11
I
in
said
the
10. I said top 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, they're 11 in the country right now." They're
Yeah.
right between Coastal Carolina and Louisville. I mean, come on. That is legit.
Yeah. But what a powerhouse organization. I mean, like, that school, when I was there, it had 2,300 undergrads. Now it's up to, like, just under 3,000 undergrads, and you're competing with the likes of, I mean, top 10 D1 baseball is pretty crazy.
North Carolina is 18th. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a perennial winner right there in North
Mhm, mhm.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Miami. I mean, those are Texas. You're above Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting, and, last year they sent Zach Neto in the first round of the draft. He was, like, the highest. I think he was 16th overall, highest drafted, um, fighting camel in the history, and
I
he's
love the name, by the way.
already made his major league debut, and, like, I'm just sitting back, and I'm just watching my little school and, like, beaming with pride because it's pretty phenomenal what they're doing. But,
I
um,
love the fact that they're known as the Fighting Camels. I think that's such a great name.
yeah,
I also the fact that they're a small school. Like,
yeah.
I went to a small school, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty neat. But,
Ed's almost hometown Wake Forest team is ranking. Hey, Wake Forest, yeah, it's not too far from me.
the Demon Deeks, that's right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. My local team in alma mater is number 22. Who's number 20? Oh, are you UCLA? You're a Bruin, John? Oh man, look at that. I already missed Nito after leaving the Rocket City.
Yeah. He's a good player, but so that's the question Mike poses it. He says, "If the Campbell Camels make it to the College World Series, am I going to Omaha?" And I kinda feel like, um, man, that'd be pretty neat.
Okay, sorry, John. I was looking at the NCAA rankings right now, so I apologize. If you go under D1 NCAA, they have number 22 is UCLA, number 25 is UTSA.
Yeah,
The
there's a couple
Roadrunners.
different. Oh, that's cool. That's a good
That
name too,
that is a
right?
good name, the
Yeah,
Roadrunners. That is a good name.
yeah. There's a couple of different, polls based on. I mean, I feel like
ESPN
it's
and
the same.
right.
Yeah, same with the college football and everything like that, but yeah. So, pretty exciting stuff, and I think if I could figure out a way to go see them, I would probably try to make it happen. Because I mean, like, that's a baseball bucket list item to begin with. I could wear
College
my,
Baseball
like.
World Series.
Yeah,
I should
100%.
have made it when my team made it all the way over there.
Yeah.
But I never got to go there. NCAA would screw Campbell out of the hosting a super regional like the Old Dominion in 2021. Of course.
Yeah, that's probably true. They
It's
got the facilities for it, but the town is still Bowie's Creek, so
yes, Omaha College World Series should be on everyone's bucket list. Such a great and fun experience.
yeah.
That whole dilemma, the whole thing with college baseball in Omaha and the Storm Chasers, it's wild. You guys should look that up and what happened and all that. That's a really good. I think there's a documentary out there regarding all of this, so you guys should take a
Boys of
look.
Summer or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something named like that. Oh, man,
Oh, fighting camels versus roadrunners.
the dream matchup, you know?
There it is. I want to go to the College World Series. Listen, right there. Let's do a meetup instead of minor league baseball. Let's do a college meetup. Go USC Gamecocks baseball. South Carolina. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We got some schools being represented here. My team is nowhere near. They're not good this year. Kent State Golden Flashes.
What is it? The
The
Golden Flashes?
Golden Flashes. Yeah.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's interesting.
They used to have their old helmet, which is awesome. Used to be just like the Chargers uniform, the old one, the old blue with the yellow bolts. They
Mm,
used to they used to wear those.
okay,
Hmm.
nice. Then they got in some copyright trouble, I would imagine.
I don't know if they did that because I still use them once in a
Yeah,
while. Yeah. Oklahoma Sooners defending runner ups. Okay. That's it. This is a pretty legit top 25.
yeah. Well, it better be.
I mean, you're 23-11.
Mhm.
You were previously ranked 17th.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, 14th. I'm sorry. And then boom, Coastal Carolina jumped you guys. But still, I mean, man, that's pretty legit.
yeah. It's really exciting. It's pretty cool. So, um, I'm excited to see, what happens as things progress. So we'll see. But it's I had to give Campbell a little shout out there because that's pretty big happenings for a pretty small school and go Camels, you know?
That's it. Go for it. Heck yeah. Why not? Represent all the way.
Yeah, right.
I like that. You got to represent. All right. So let's talk about a couple other things that we have here. Um, Vandy's gonna win again. Can't beat Nashville. Mike, I think what do we have the odds now already as Mike moving to Nashville? He just needs to make this official
I'm
at
pretty
this
sure he's
point.
already there. Like he just
Right. He
doesn't.
lives there.
Yeah.
He just tells like, oh yeah, no, I live in the Cincinnati area. No, you don't. You
Yeah.
live in Nashville.
Right.
Just start buying some land out there, right? And then build a house, and then when it's done, just move there.
Right.
Leonard, have you attended a Tar Heels or Wolfpack game? I have not. I have not had the chance actually. I've been pretty busy. It's been on my list. I want to. My my brother-in-law is a Wolfpack, so definitely would have to root for the Wolfpack there. So, I know, Mike. I know you like my thinking. I'm a pretty smart guy. That's what I say all the time. Just saying. Just do it already. All right. So here's a couple of things. So far we are. It's April's. April is gone. April's
Mhm.
gone. Right. We're in May. What has been the coolest thing you have seen so far? And I'll preface this by saying I was like whether you have gone to a game or you watched it on TV. What has been some of the coolest things you've seen so far? I got one, and it's pretty cool. It just happened recently.
Let's hear it.
The Pirates, when they brought up their 13-year vet from the minors,
Yeah. Yeah.
Magi. That was I was like tearing up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Baseball's beautiful. I woke up. My wife was Darla was sleeping next to me on the couch, and I was like, "Wake up! Look at this! Watch this!" Because it was like you want to see that. You want to see you you were fighting for 13 years
Mhm.
and the minors never gave up.
Yeah.
Disney just copyrighted the whole story. They're making a movie out of it,
Oh, 100%. That's the new Rudy. That's what, that's how that'll go.
right?
So,
The rookie, they're
yeah,
gonna do something. It's just gonna
right.
happen. So that's
Um,
mine. What's yours?
I love that. No, that's a great story. I love that story. A great human interest story. I was at the game last weekend on Saturday, and I saw what I think was my first complete game in person, which is, like, you never see that anymore, right? Like,
Not with
how
the way
many
pitches
guys
are, yeah.
right, how many guys are actually throwing complete games? So I saw Nathan Eovaldi of the Rangers throw a 3-hit shutout, and,
Mhm.
blank, uh blank the other guys, and, it was they had no answers for him, so and the best part was it was against the Yankees.
Yeah, I love that. Virgil, there was a lot of things being said about this
Yeah,
one, right? The no hitter, and it was 7-5. Sweet Jesus, that's
yeah,
insane.
that was a bunch of walks, right? Like some
Yeah,
hit by
wild
pitch and some
pitches
walks.
and yeah,
Yeah,
walks. Yeah,
some crazy stuff like that,
bunch of errors.
yeah,
So, I'm with you on this one, Mike.
yeah,
This was a cool, to start the season, right? The baseball season for a lot of people to see like Otani versus Trout. That was awesome. Rocket City Transplant is throwing a no hitter, lose, giving up 7 runs.
angel's gonna angel, I like
Hey,
that.
Angels gonna Angels. Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think eventually that team moves to back
Oh,
to Anaheim?
man, I don't know, but see, my thing is, like, if you look at attendance across the board, like, it's not great, you know what I mean? So, like, at at what point do these teams like, how does Vegas, how do any of these other cities that, like, pick up these relocation teams look at the current situation and be
Yeah.
like, "Well, ownership did nothing for them," and then they just upped and left, and so, like, "Yeah, let's make the same deal with them." At what point does that start to become an issue where it's
Well,
like
the Angels owner was gonna sell and all of a sudden backed out. So there's something going on
yeah,
with that whole with the Angels right now.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I don't know what's going on there. Congratulations, John. Your team won against my team. Wah wah. They're still at the bottom of the division. Anyways, booze
I s
infused ice cream. Nice.
I
Delicious.
saw this on Phil's Instagram, and I thought that that was, like, one of the coolest things I'd ever seen at a ballpark, so
That
what
just
kind of
sounds
booze
yummy.
yeah, what kind of booze in the ice cream?
Yeah. Yeah, Phil. What kind of booze was that? Because it sounds delicious. And by the way, I'm drinking a really good beer today.
Sierra
New
Nevada?
Glarus Brewing Company, Spotted Cow.
Oh, yes. Nice.
It's delicious. It's employee owned, so yum yum. I have no more dad head, so I gotta talk to somebody about getting me some more dad head beer. So that's pretty good.
You should just bake your own, right?
I don't have the time for that.
Yeah.
Or the patience, to be honest with you, to be brewing some beer. My wife will not allow me to get another hobby, so I think I'm out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I can't. I wish, but I
Yeah.
can't.
Who
So
else who else gets their City Connects this year?
Pirates.
The P-Rats and the
Hmm.
O's? The O's are on the docket for this year, I think. I'm looking forward to that one. I feel like that one's gonna be pretty cool. Like, they're
You think so?
yeah, I think they're gonna do something really neat.
Uh, we don't talk about that, Eric. We don't talk about that. Okay. So no dad had Dunkel in the future. No, sorry, buddy. Uh, Southern Comfort is it was on the ice cream.
Ah, okay.
The Reds in a couple of beer. Are they gonna do a boat theme one?
The river?
Yeah. Let's see. Possible Unique. I'm Unit Watch has a PGH. They did a kind of like a leak of the uniforms. So we'll see. They have a T-shirt on there, but with Clemente's on it. So we'll see. Clemente will be Skyline Chili. I mean, the Reds.
Speaking of the leaks, I was a little disappointed to see that I'm sure everybody saw it floating around the, Mariners jersey leaked before the team made their, press release for it, and That kinda bummed me out a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah,
You don't think it was done on purpose?
maybe, but I didn't like it because I feel like it's, like, part of it's fanfare and, like, the presentation that the team puts together is a big deal, and this guy was just, like, snapping cell phone photos on a cardboard box.
Yeah. Orioles will probably just do a Cal Ripken head all over the Print City Connect with blue crabs and there's some they're gonna do something related to the flag. Maryland
They're
flag.
all about yeah, they're all
They're
about
all
that
about
flag.
that
Yeah,
flag.
yeah.
So that's what they're gonna do. I'm
Could see
telling you.
powder blues, though. Now that you say, like, the blue crabs, I could see some powder blues.
That's what I like to see though. Something different other than their normal color
Yeah,
and the normal
yeah.
brand, right? Like, I mean, that'll be cool to see. Boston, when they came out, boom, Old Bay seasoning. That's good. I love this. I bet the Reds do something that honors a uniform from over 100 years ago. Big time throwback like that. Oh, okay, I can see that. Heading to Asheville Tourist Sunday. If anyone wants to meet up, I wish I could, my friend. Unfortunately, I will be Sunday. I will be in Kansas City watching a Royals game. So
Yeah, that stinks. What
I
a
know,
what a rough life you
horrible.
lead. Yeah,
I know.
terrible, terrible.
I'm gonna be sitting right by the fountain and outfield, so that'll be so bad too. Horrible.
Yeah. Do we feel like the City Connect so I'm thinking specifically about the Rangers here,
Mhm,
where there's, like, 75 different things going on, and you need, like, a map key to decipher what they all mean, right?
mhm. That's
Like,
I got dizzy with Texas.
it's a lot. There's a lot going on. Like, does that miss the point of them? Because, like, I think about I know they're not called City Connect in the NBA, but I feel like a lot of those jerseys are very, like, straightforward and to the point, but, like, very slick too,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I actually like Cleveland's one this year too. When actually, now that you mentioned that for the Cavaliers, they had a
Yeah.
pretty cool one this year.
What are they called? They're not called City Connects. There's
No,
something they got a different name.
City NBA City Edition.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
They're the City Edition, yeah. And they had like gold and um the uh the color wasn't that because they also had baby blue in there as well. But that was pretty cool, and they were like all about the land,
Mm.
Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right though. NBA teams get new ones every year.
Oh, I
That's
didn't know
true.
that.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get new stuff every year. Every year is something different. I'm kinda glad that Cleveland didn't go um, like, rock. You know what I mean? I'm just tired of it, you know?
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of
Texas had a
Fame.
whole video presentation on each piece of their City Connect, came to a baseball game, and got a lecture first.
Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Yeah, right, exactly. Now go watch the, City Connects.
Yeah. But see, so Nike put this like, part of the contract is it's what? It's 4 plus 1, so you have 4 jerseys, and then the plus 1 is your City Connect.
Mhm.
So, like, the Rays dropped their road grays from the rotation at all. Like, the road gray jersey does not exist anymore, and then
Interesting.
they introduced this throwback Devil Rays Friday Night,
Much
home
better, by
white.
the way, yeah.
Beautiful, love it. Florida Marlins do something very similar, Miami Marlins as the Florida Marlins. Like,
Yeah.
I wish more teams would do stuff like that. Like, don't use your City Connect as a throwback. Add a throwback into the rotation, drop one of your alternates, and
Mhm.
then make your City Connect, like, true to what the original purpose of it was, I think.
So Tampa hasn't released theirs.
No, they'll probably be one of the last.
You think so too? Because Cleveland hasn't released theirs either.
Yeah,
Who's
Mets.
left? So it's Cleveland, Yankees, Tampa,
Mets,
the Mets. Yep, both New York teams are not there.
Oakland.
That's definitely gonna be the last one.
Yeah.
If I'm the owner and I drop a City
Really.
Connect next year, that is like the most
No.
idiotic thing you can do.
Yeah, it won't happen.
You better now. They better have scrapped the whole thing, even if they already had it. The Twins. Thanks, Eric.
Mhm.
Tigers and Yankees only need 2+1 and probably want to stop at the two. The Tigers, right? The Tigers haven't done anything.
Right.
Whoa, Virgil. Okay, more of a city disconnect. Yikes.
Virgil's got jokes tonight. He's
Zingers.
been bringing the content A plus
Yeah,
plus.
I
I've been
like
enjoying
it.
this a lot.
I like it a lot. God, that was rough, bro. But that was I love it. All right, so Minnesota, Detroit, Cleveland, Yankees, Mets,
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay are six that I have so far. Oakland 7.
Mhm.
Are we missing anybody else?
Philly. Philly,
Hmm.
Baltimore. Pirates. Yeah.
Pirates were released this year. Baltimore, I'm not
Yeah.
cutting them because they're going to release this year.
Gotcha.
I'm on the 47 Brand see if they were released for Seattle. uh, no, not yet. But man, that M is so sweet. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It's sharp.
I'm a fan. I like it. The whole nod to the pilot. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that's my thing though. That's my issue with Texas is that with the Texas uniforms, it was just too busy.
Yeah. Like, the problem is the team is in Arlington, right? And Arlington is only I mean, like, if you ride through Arlington, you're gonna see about a gajillion chain restaurants. You're gonna see Jerry World where the Cowboys play. You're gonna see the new ballpark, the old ballpark, and Six Flags, and that is the extent of this city has built its entire identity on,
On
that
football.
small
And
entertainment district.
yeah.
Um, so, like, there's not a lot to do, and, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put like a
Mhm.
roller coaster silhouette on there for Six Flags or um so they tried to go outside to do like the whole DFW Metroplex and I feel like they missed a golden opportunity. Yeah, they
They
did
do.
the
The
Serpiente.
Serpientes,
Yeah,
which is
right.
their Copa brand at the same time. Which,
Yeah.
by the way, I think a lot of us agree that if the Diamondbacks changed their name from the Diamondbacks to the Serpientes, they would win. It's like, yeah, everybody would be a fan of that team. That's a great name for a major league team.
It's definitely sharper. Like it's
Oh
just a
my
better
god,
look
yeah,
too. Yeah. Yeah.
for sure. I like Houston's. I'm not a fan of the team, but like, I'm not gonna hate on them. But like, their City Connect was dope too.
The tops, like that's the thing. I hate the dark pants. Like the all solid color. It's just
You
too
think so?
yeah, it just is it's too much.
I did
You
see
know?
one where they had the all blue top, but they had the orange socks on them, high
Mhm.
socks, and that looked sharp.
Yeah. Break
That
it up a
looked
little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that looked sharp. That looked real nice.
Yeah.
Minnesota's gonna wait because they just released their new logo. So they're not gonna do anything this year or next year, in my opinion. They release a new design and everything, so they're not gonna do anything.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
with
no
you, John.
Jays
That's
yet
funny.
either.
Blue Jays.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
we're
so
probably what? We're at, like, the halfway mark, I
about
guess?
halfway,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But the program has, like, 2 more years in it, right? I wanna
Because
say
they released what? They released this year. They're going to release Orioles, Pirates, Texas, Mariners. Are they doing 5 or 4? I don't know who the fifth one would be. I
yeah.
forget.
Is it the Mets?
God no. It was
Huh.
the original timeline, but I think we have to count also COVID and all that.
Well, we'll see, I'd love to see the Rays. I'd like to I'm so nervous about it, though, right? Like, isn't a part of you like, "Oh, what if they're awful?" And you're, you know,
Can't be worse
disappointed.
than some of the things out there.
Yeah.
A la Seattle Sea Dragons of the XFL got awful clip art logo. You know,
Yeah.
would the Blue Jays be a country connect?
Yeah, 100%. They would release some statement about, like, "All for Canada,"
We're
you know?
all yeah, we're all
Yeah.
united.
For the country of yeah.
Yeah. You know
Uh,
what they should do? What they do in the CFL is for the native people, like what they do for like their logos for the British Columbia. Oh my god, the BC Lions. Look it up, guys. That thing looks so legit. Oh my god. Can be worse than the Padres City Connect. I like the
I
Padres
do
City
too.
Connect.
I do too. They're one of my
There,
favorites.
yeah, I have
It's
no
also
issues with those.
polarizing. Yeah, it's just also polarizing.
No, I don't. I do not hate those at all.
I had a new idea for the Rays City Connects, which I thought
Okay.
would be really cool, is, to do, like, an ombre gradient in the, color scheme of a sunset as, like, a subtle nod to Florida, right? Without being, like, palm trees and sand and, all of that
What do
crazy
you mean?
stuff.
Like they don't
Mickey
you
Mouse.
don't want them to use oranges?
Yeah, right? Yeah, well,
Six cities. You're right, by the way. It was Atlanta, Texas, Cincinnati. They're getting theirs on May 19th. Baltimore and Pirates are the ones that are really.
Atlanta's came this year, that's right, that's right.
Atlanta was like, wah, wah. We just did a rerun for the old one, so it's like
Mhm,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. Braves honor Aaron's legacy, so you can't really hate it too much. But it's like, come on, bro. We could have
yeah,
done something a little bit better.
yeah.
They should do the nod to the Expos.
I think that'd be cool.
I don't know why you hate them, Mike, because they're not that bad. They're really not that bad. Which one is the worst? Like, Chicago, the South Side. Oh, the
I like
White Sox.
Yeah, I like it. I
No,
like it.
not a fan.
Ugh, I can't even what's my least favorite? Um,
The Marlins are the best so far too. Like,
yeah,
that's one of the top ones. Angels are okay.
yeah,
Another bad one, San Francisco, the Giants. They put the Golden Gate on it. Um,
I didn't like that one. That's the biggest miss for me, like the Cloud City or whatever it is, yeah.
yeah. Uh, though the another winner for the another bad one for me. I'm sorry, Colorado, the Colorado license plates.
I like it. I like it, but
No,
I
man,
like green, like, green's my go-to color,
that's your
like
color, right?
yeah, that's, like, my favorite color is green, so
Mike, are you high?
I'm with Mike. I like it. I like the South Side one.
Josh, I'm with you 100%. Okay, Karen Check needs to be, sent to Siberia for a buckle of baseballs. I don't like him. I don't. I cannot stand him. So he needs to go away. Royals are a nice one. That's a nice one.
I like that one. I like the Wrigleyville ones too. I mean, like,
San
again,
Diego's so legit.
I like San Diego.
Milwaukee's Brew Crew. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
The Cubs, okay. I'm not, the Dodgers. Zach is with the White Sox on that one. I'm not a fan. Arizona's one of the best one, and also Anna is right. Green is the best color, 100%. You're high. Sorry. Did I say that out loud, Eric? I mean, I Angels went with the whole surfer side. I get it. So I can say I can't stand Karen Check. He annoys me so much. Yes, go for it. I can't stand him either, dude. And he's on my team. I wish he was gone. He was one of the guys that suffered from the sticky issue. Like, when the umpire started, checking that, and then they're trying to say when the Major League Baseball came, we're gonna give you
Yeah,
guys next year, this is gonna happen.
yeah. I'm
Karen
just
Check
laughing at your
fell off.
consistent quotes, just
Yeah. Karen Check really is one pitch wonder. No, he's at one. Anyways, don't get me started.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got 2 minutes here. This was a lot of fun as always. But who do you have?
You start.
All right.
Let's
So
hear.
this week I had Maddie. She is the marketing manager for the Downey's Wood Dogs.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Very
she's
nice.
pretty cool. So that was an interesting one. Talking about that whole brand right there. I try to ask about the dad hats, but what last time the Angels wore the City Connect last Thursday, Otani got lit up by the Oakland throw those away. I don't think they will.
Some of the City Connects are just, like, awful, uh, juju, right?
You
Like,
think so?
oh, yeah. Some of them, when they come on, they're just, like, consistently losing. Like bad luck jerseys. I've
Okay.
got Chris Richmond. He is a submarine pitcher who was a shortstop who's converted to a, submariner. So he talks a lot about that process, which is
Wow.
fun. Yeah, young guy, so
I think that for the most part, Mike, that's a little harsh. I think for the most part, a lot of them have been that have been successful. Boston is a nice one.
see, I don't like I'm not a fan of it. I know I hesitate to say that because of obviously, like, the history tied to it, but,
Yeah.
yeah, I just for me, it doesn't look
What's your if
it
you were
doesn't
to pick one, what was your top one?
Miami.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
go against the Sugar Kings. That's such a nice one.
Mhm.
Let me ask you this before we go, because I'm sorry, we'll go over a little bit. And I apologize. We got to go. We good, but I want to get your opinion on the patches on the side of the jerseys.
The ads,
Mm-hmm.
the sponsors.
Sponsors.
Yeah. I hate them.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just don't like it.
I don't mind them.
I feel like in baseball, there's so much more time for sponsorship, right? You've got naming rights to not only the ballpark itself, but then the field, and then all of the different like seating areas, and then all of the outfield signage, and like there's so much opportunity for sponsorship. Like, do we really need to put them on the
Mm-hmm.
players themselves? Like it's just a little too much to me.
I see, and I get why they're doing it. Right? Listen, they're trying to get as much money as possible. Right? A lot of the attendance has gone down. You guys are all going to be saying it's like, well, the time also, right? All of that, right? That
Mhm.
I get that. I don't have an issue with it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm with you, right, Zach? 100%. Like Major League Baseball is so far behind on so many things all the time. That's my issue with this sport. They're always late to the game, right? Because patches have been around with look at soccer, super popular on their jerseys. The NFL they're gonna have patches on
Yeah.
their right. NBA
Yeah.
patches, hockey patches,
Yeah.
helmet on the hockey patch, advertising. So
Yeah. That's always been one of my major drawbacks with soccer, like, with jerseys, soccer, rugby, like, you name it, with the big corporate sponsor, it doesn't like, the team crest is, like, right here, and it's
mhm.
tiny, and then you have whatever on the chest is, like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
too
with you
much.
there. I'm with you. Like do it that and do a local
Yeah.
company that to your area.
Yeah.
Like I remember Cleveland did Goodyear for a while, the Cavaliers. So they had the Goodyear small logo on their jersey, right?
Yeah.
But it blended with the jersey. It wasn't like poof, all out there. So
I
I'm with
just
you.
I just figured out why I hate it, and I think, like, here's what it is, okay? You're a 10-year-old kid, you go to a ball game, and they tell you they're gonna give you a jersey as you walk through the door, and you're
Mhm.
like, "I'm gonna have the same jersey that the players do, and this is incredible," and then you hold it up, and on the sleeve, it says Coca-Cola, and you're like, "That's how you know it's not legit. It's
But they already
sponsored
do
by
though.
someone."
Yeah.
But that I
Yeah.
think that it looks like that to me. It's
Yeah.
like you guys are writing $35 million contracts for single players, and you're trying I guess that's why we have patches. I answered my own question, so
There you go.
yeah.
I don't mind it. I honestly am.
That's so funny to me. I don't it's like NASCAR, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
NASCAR and NASCAR figured it out.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like a badge of honor
Hey, I
there.
want to thank, Walmart for sponsoring me. This was a
Mhm.
great raise. I couldn't have done it with the team behind me of, Walmart Dixie Cup.
Walmart Dixie Cup.
I right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, if there's two brands as NASCAR, it's those two.
yeah,
So that's what it is. So yeah. All right. I just wanted to get your opinion on that because I think
yeah,
that's very, it's gonna continue. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
yeah,
The
I agree.
I'm with you. The Mets are horrible. I think the patches need to be a little bit smaller. They're a little too big on the sleeves.
Yeah, I think that should be a, like, in the contract is, like, it has to fit the aesthetic of the jersey, you
Yeah,
know? Like, let's be intentional about this.
100%. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Well, hey, thank you for joining us again. Keep I'll say this, I'm gonna be putting out some information regarding later on regarding some of the show that I'm gonna probably be doing it a little different. We're gonna be trying to make it a weekly show. I'm trying to push these guys to do it with me, but who knows? But stay tuned. Some announcements coming on that soon. All right, guys. Oh, and